Hello and welcome back. I'm Madam Aram, and today I'll be reacting to Season 1, Episode 1 of Fallout. I have never played the games, if I'm being perfectly honest. I know they're about post-apocalyptic world, and there's the Vault Dweller who comes out and is like the little mascot of the game. I know everyone loves New Vegas, but, or maybe not everyone, but it's a very popular one. My main reason for wanting to react to this show is 1, it looks cool. 2, it's been on my radar a while because of Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy. I've really enjoyed what they've done so far with Westworld. I know that gets all contentious later on, but I do think that they have produced some really cool stuff. Even things that I haven't liked so much, I've liked the concept. Like Reminiscence isn't really greatly executed, but I thought that the idea in that movie was pretty cool and would have actually made a better TV show than movie if she decided to go that route. But without further ado, let's watch. Nostalgic music going on. Ooh. Some more cowboys. It seemed to like them.
Oh, Sugarfoot. Why the hell is Cooper Howard working kids' birthday parties? What else? Alimony.
What'd they say, Dad?
Nothing, sweetie.
I'm lucky to have such a good helper like you.
Oh.
Get this rodeo on the road.
I can't thank you enough, Mr. Howard.
Pleasure is all mine, ma'am. I hope your son had a lovely birthday.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Who's ready for cake?
All right. You ready, Janie? Come on. There you go. Pinko. Yeah. You still took my money.
Can I have a slice, Dad?
Well, let me see if I can't muscle you up.
Come on, she's the kid of a famous cowboy. What cartoon was that from that era? Not a little too flash animation to be anything.
All right, one piece of cake coming up from my favorite cowgirl.
Is it your son or mine?
That's smoke, Janie. It's just a fire.
No. No, it's not. Oh, God. What? Was that a racial thing? $219.
My name is Lucy McLean, and I'm an active contributor to the well-being of my community.
Yep.
Repair skills. I enjoy participating, also with my dad, and participating in my family book club.
And
We're still trying to get my brother on board. He'll come around when he's ready. My reproductive organs are intact, my hygiene well maintained, and yet I have been unable to find a suitable marriage partner. At least one I'm not related to. And we have rules about that for a reason.
oh, thank goodness. And since the fallout happened when it did, they probably haven't advanced much beyond like what they're exposed to literature and entertainment wise, even though they have all this advanced technology. I'm guessing that's what it looks like.
Feels a little tight. Won't be for long. On my wedding night, that dress got off almost as fast as Bert did. After
Is that how you
cameras and
got
custom
pregnant?
stuff, I'm definitely excited for
Cheers until maintenance tonight.
What's going on?
Lucy,
question. Messing around with your cousin, it's all well and good for kids.
Oh.
It's not a sustainable long-term sexual practice, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It's not something that should really even be happening.
When blight hit our wheat, we lost a lot of good people.
Oh.
But this trade will help us get back on our feet.
Yeah. As arranged.
I'm Lucy. Do you have a name?
Well, let's hope so.
Monty.
Why wouldn't he?
So what's your sperm count?
Oh my god.
Well, after 200 years, we don't know much about what's up there. Desperation, violence, lawlessness. These survivors will need to be shown a better way. I'll admit I'm sometimes afraid.
I can hardly imagine anyone surviving. What? Why is it so eerie?
And to this marriage and to hope.
I don't know, there's a weird undertone to that.
Oh, isn't it great? Every big moment of our lives is gonna happen right here.
But he only cares about one big moment
Christmas
right
morning,
now.
around the tree. We have everything with the hand-me-downs, an icebox, a blender. They even gave us... Okie dokie.
That coffee hot, it's hot. Be sure you make a lot. I'll make a lot. Your coffee hits the spot. It hits the spot. So keep that coffee.
Oh, he's got
hot.
scars or something. No. On the table. Okay, did you make your way to the bed? Or are you on the ground? Bed, I think. I feel like... I don't know, she seemed experienced the way she was handling things. I was thinking that would be weird for your first time to be on a table. Though I've heard of worse places. Oh, yeah. What? But did she never take the dress off the whole time? I just realized that. What?
From the surface.
Oh, what? He's from the surface.
Raiders.
Your American dream kitchen is getting ruined. No. Jesus. Oh. God. It's one of those situations where, and then they usually say don't remove the thing if it's in too far, because then... Oh. He's clearly not very smart if you're approaching somebody with a gun and all you have is a knife. So, I'll pause. I imagine that So they're talking about the surface dwellers, like they're expecting them to be a lot less civil or educated or well off as them, as they wouldn't be because they didn't have this whole underground society. But it kind of gave me pause when they said, oh, well, we'll lead them to a better way once we're able to recolonize. And I was thinking that's pretty bold of you to pursue that they would want you to, especially since I could understand there would be some resentment growing that you have this nice underground society where you've had food and community and all these things that you were able to like live off of and produce and basically have a nice privileged life, that they would be resentful of that, and I'm going to assume that that's why this is happening. Oh, don't get shot. Help him, Lucy. More idiots walking at her with a knife when she clearly has a gun. Oh, thank you. Oh. You're pregnant, don't do that. Oh.
Whoa, easy, pal. Sir, please don't make me use force.
Oh. Get the little guy out. God. Oh my freaking lord. Yes. Shovel down. He's gonna do the shovel move. Cut the head off that way, right? No. Are you gonna drown him? No, pickles. Pickles deserve better than to be touched by him. Where's your pregnant friend?
I know who you are.
Everyone knows who I am.
I don't. Who are you?
Do they? So I'm going to offer you a choice. Them or her.
God.
Dad, please. We have to stop.
You are my world.
You look like your mother.
Where are you taking him?
To the real world. You should see it sometime.
Oh. I didn't think that would upset me as much, but in the first episode. But I'm emotional right now anyway, so things are gonna get me.
Unless you know what to find and preserve, you are more useful as a corpse.
Huh. God. I don't know what this means, but wow.
Come on, I got something I want to show you.
Latrine duty's a two-person job.
Dad said, come on. Well, shit isn't going anywhere.
Aspirin Dane?
Oh. They're cool, but if there's trauma connected to them. Is someone under there with you, or?
Squire, tonight, Titus. And get this, we're going
Is this real or a trick? Yeah, he's just treated like shit. I guess that's why he's on latrine duty. What? Oh my... What the hell? What? Oh my god! Oh, you're gonna blame him for it? Wait, did he do it and I just blinked out there? Jesus. Oh. That'll do, yeah. But also they have a point about opening it up, so I guess you probably shouldn't necessarily say that's your brainstorm unless you're immediately volunteering to do that yourself.
Hey, Davey. How's your day going?
As everyone else.
About the same as yours. Very covert.
Young lady, come back here right away.
Lucy! Lucy, no!
That didn't work.
Young lady, come back here. Coney Island?
Okie dokie.
Yeah, okie dokie.
Life meaning.
Good boy. And you will be Knight Titus, new squire.
Well, it kind of worked.
Yeah, they asked me the same thing.
I told him you wouldn't hurt a fly.
Maybe not the thing. Maybe not the thing to say, because they're
Maximus, it is your most
sort of
sacred
a
duty
military
to
operation,
protect the Brotherhood.
but also
After which, it is your
you
most
shouldn't
sacred
trust
duty
him.
to protect.
Oh no! Oh. Give him a sec to get up. Oh, that. The physics there looked a little funny. What? Plastic baby leg?
About, and I take it to a big payoff.
Oh, you said you knew this guy.
I said I knew of it.
For a second there, he kind of looked like the Candyman to me.
Who's this asshole?
There's our goon. I'm not gonna see a chicken eaten alive, am I?
Now shoot him.
Wow. The Man in Black.
We take it as it comes.
Yeah, you got off easy, Mr. Chicken. Or Mrs. Chicken. She's not a rooster. Yeah, that was a really, really good first episode. I'm very excited. Very, very excited to see the rest. In fact, once all the episodes are out, I have it. Might go through them pretty quickly. But I'll try not to delay other things I'm working on, like the next 12 Monkeys episode. But yeah, I'd like to get some more Fallout episodes out quickly, just because, wow, I'm pretty impressed with what I just saw. And something that I wanted to point out, there's a few things I didn't really talk about going through the episode, because, like, I noticed them, but I didn't quite know how to absorb it, and I didn't necessarily just want my reaction to be like, huh, that's weird. But, like, the first scene at the birthday party, and when the bomb drops, there's this very late 50s, early 60s kind of aesthetic going on. Even, I assume that's when it was set, because that's also height of popularity of, like, Western TV shows, was, like, 50s and 60s. Like, there were a lot of Westerns on then, and kids loved cowboys. But they still have, so they still have these old-timey TVs. However, that lady, like the kid's mom, had a robot. And that's so different in comparison to what everything else we've got going on there, with, like, those little tiny black and white TVs, and the way everyone's dressed, and what the kind of pop culture zeitgeist is. But there's a robot, and that kind of, like, I almost didn't even register seeing that. But my boyfriend, who has played a couple Fallout games, not all of them, he did mention something about, in Fallout, it's almost like kind of a revisionist type of history, where there's, like, in California, specifically, but not the rest of the country or something, there's, like, advanced technology, despite the fact that it's still like, oh, well, our TVs are still like this, and all, like, everyone else's at the time. However, they'll have, like, more advanced things like robots, and that's also why, despite being, like, vault dwellers who are still using stuff that was from a couple hundred years ago, they have really advanced things, and maybe that has to do with, like, being in California. I don't know, it's kind of an odd mishmash, but not one that I'm turned off by in any way. Like, I don't think that those necessarily, that can't exist, having kind of this revisionist history for one area, but still have it kind of fit into the same sensibilities of the time. Something else I wanted to remark on that I didn't say just now doing the reaction is that the actor Cooper Howard, the cowboy actor, he's clearly played by the same actor as the ghoul. So I would assume that they are the same human beings. And that will just lead to us finding out how he went from Cooper Howard to a ghoul without a nose. I can probably figure out why he doesn't have a nose and why he looks like that, considering he was in a nuclear fallout. He didn't get into one of those nuclear nuclear shelters. He didn't go down into the vault. Him and his daughter went racing off on his horse, but I don't think even a horse can outrun that kind of disaster, like the kickback and the ripple effect of the bomb was going to carry out, and even then, the radiation would get him, and that's probably why he looks like that. And I think the real mystery, though, is, well, not even mystery, I'm sure it will be explained, is going to be how he ended up in a state of being this, like, mutant ghoul kept alive underground for a couple 100 years and is all freaky now, like possibly might eat chickens, even though he did abide that one. But no daughter. So I am going to guess that maybe it's some kind of tragic story of, the radiation got both of them. That's why he looks like he does, and it killed her, and he lost her some way, and that's when he went all dark and evil. It is a trope, not necessarily a trope I mind, because you can do really good stuff with that story, even if it's one you've seen before. It can still tug at your heartstrings, can still get you. I mean, they'll talk about tugging at heartstrings. I cried because Lucy's dad chose to save her, and then he got taken away. That made me emotional. So it doesn't matter if you've seen things before. There's reason tropes exist is because they work in stories. Mostly. There's of course caveats to that, but I'm not getting into a whole writing seminar here. But I don't know. I'm sure he'll be interesting. I made a joke about him being Man in Black. He's a cowboy. But I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of take a little bit of the flavor of... Even though I know that technically Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy are the developers for this, but then I'm forgetting her name. It's another woman and man. One of them is the woman who wrote the 2018 Tomb Raider movie. Are technically then credited as the creators, even though developers and creators are usually considered synonymous when you're working with an existing IP. But whatever, they decided to go with Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy are the developers, and these other two are the creators. And the Nolan team are like the executive producers, but currently this lady and the other guy are showrunners and wrote this first episode while Jonathan Nolan directed all that. But I think, I'm assuming, my point is that the Westworld people have a little bit of input into the stew here, and that to a certain extent there's a little bit of similarities between the ghoul and the Man in Black. I can see that happening, like complicated, mysterious villain kind of thing. Some more stuff I could go into is Lucy's marriage being a trick in hindsight had signs that I clearly just didn't clue into, like the Vault 32 member taking a piece of food off of her friend's plate. And it's very strange, like, why would they do that, and why would they highlight that if it meant nothing? But I don't know, I just didn't even think about it at the time. It was just a weird thing to me. But it makes sense now, because she was somebody who was probably, if she's a surface dweller, is hungry, not used to that food, or she just also just didn't want to show respect. She kind of wanted to mess around with them a little. They clearly, the Vault Dwellers don't have to deal with, like, the real world and what's going on outside, and like I said, I think that's gonna breed, that has probably bred resentment. So I probably should have clued into there being something deeper going on there, but at the time I was just, it was going over my head. Marcus not understanding her sperm count question. At the time, I thought that was normal. Obviously, them all being vault dwellers, they would most likely all have all planned this kind of regimen about, like, monitoring all these things with people medically. Like Lucy said, that all her reproductive organs were intact in her little intro. But I thought maybe it's like, maybe 32 does things slightly different than 33, where they don't necessarily, like, let you know those exact things. I don't know, I was rationalizing it in my head, or I thought maybe he's just kind of like one of those pretty but dumb kind of guys. I don't know. But in hindsight, it's like, yeah, even if it was kind of blunt for her to bring it up that way, he would have still known and not kind of acted like, oh, why is she asking? And so maybe I could have caught on to that. Also, them bringing up that 32's leader passed, but I thought that was a normal thing. Like, I just thought, okay, she's now their new leader. I didn't think that. I hadn't thought, but when you put all those things together, it does all make sense that no, 32 got massacred and infiltrated, and now they're tricking you. And I don't know, a very interesting coincidence that it all aligned with this kind of arranged setup program that they were doing, like how they knew about that exactly. Hopefully that'll get explained. Otherwise, it's just a very weird coincidence, and how would they have known to play along? I don't know. I'm sure it was a long-term plan. Oh yeah, and we've got our third main character, Maximus, something like that. I could see him having a very dark arc in that show, because he joined the Brotherhood of Night in order to hurt those who hurt him, and he's not above, like, causing very serious bodily harm to his own friend. Like, that blade in the boot, that was really brutal, and, like, could have, like, severely disabled them if it, like, hit a certain tendon or something. I don't know, it's just that's his friend's in serious his friend is seriously out of commission now because of that. And even though I could sympathize and empathize that, it's like, I feel bad for him, he's not being treated very well there, but then when you go and do that to your own friend, that's so messed up to do. And it goes to show you, like, if they can do that to their own friend because they're jealous, like, what are they capable of doing to people that they don't care about at all? Like, so I could see, because he by choosing a vengeful path, you've essentially chosen a pretty dark side. Not that sometimes vengeance can't lead to an outcome that is better for everyone. it is, I don't know, it doesn't really show like the purest of intent, or like I did it because I want to help others. I want to put things as they should be. It's very a very stone cold and not even dressed up reasoning behind why he even wants to be there. But I could see that leading to some dark character moments. We've already had them, but even darker. And maybe him being a character that we want to root for, but he's messed up. And supposedly we're getting more seasons of this, so that could be some continuous stuff for him, as long as they keep the same characters that we have. But yeah, he might be a character that we want to root for throughout the seasons that we're going to get, as long as they keep the same characters, which I hope they do, because, I mean, yeah, I'm only one episode in, but I like them, and I'd like to keep them, even though I know that Fallout isn't necessarily a character that isn't a game franchise that keeps, like, all the same characters, the way, like, The Last of Us is, like, which I didn't play those games either, but I know about them after watching the show. That part 2, like, we have Ellie, we have Joel for a tiny bit, and we have Tommy. But I watched The Last of Us show first. I've never played the games. I just know about The Last of Us Part 2 because I know it's contentious with people, and I got morbid curiosity and found out and go, oh, I'm excited for season 2, but also I don't know if I'll like it as much as season 1 unless they improve how they execute things. Because based off of it, it doesn't sound like it seems a little heavy-handed. But anyway, not talking about The Last of Us, Fallout. I know Fallout isn't really a game franchise that keeps like all the same characters all the time, and it's different scenarios, but I'd like to keep Lucy and the school and Maxis. I want to have characters that I latch onto and watch season to season. I don't know if I'd really want an anthology route, but I want to see where their character arcs go, because as far as our 3 main characters go, we have 3 very different characters. We didn't get to see as much of the ghoul in his ghoul form, but it's kind of like that slick, very nasty type anti-hero, question mark. And then Lucy, who's very quirky and naive, but also capable, like good at shooting, good at combat, but also never had to put into any real practice until recently, and has no idea about like the true reality of being on the outside, and now she's embarking on this journey. She's brave, but she's also naive, but she's cute. I like her. Maxis, like I said, it's very dark story, it seems like, but he's also very hopeful. And then we have the character of the ghoul, who's not hopeful at all, but seems very capable. So it's just gonna be interesting seeing all their perspectives. And something I'd like to know is who dropped the bomb. Is this like, judging by the time period, is like this like a Russian paranoia thing? Is this a Japan retaliation, or will we never find out? Will that be immaterial to everything else going on? But regardless, I'm stoked and excited. But next time I'll be reacting to Fallout Episode 2 titled The Target. The Target. We started with the end, and then we go to the target. And hopefully in between these 2 episodes I can get out the next 12 Monkeys episode, but If you're only here about Fallout or for certain things, you don't care about that, I'll see you next time for the target. But until next time, I'm Madam Arm.